Every single person on this planet is living inside an invisible prison. But here's the twist. Most don't even realize it exists. Today, we're diving deep into 7 mind-bending secrets that expose this hidden cage and show you how to break free. These insights aren't just about changing how you see the world. They completely redefine reality itself. And the final secret? It's the master key that unlocks everything. Are you ready to begin? Let's start with secret number 1, the illusion of time. Stop everything you're doing right now for just 3 seconds. Pause. Breathe. Notice this moment. Did your mind immediately rush to fill the silence with thoughts about what's next or what you should have done differently? If so, congratulations. You've just encountered the trap, the illusion of time. Here's the truth. The present moment is all that truly exists. The past, it's gone, except as a memory replaying in your mind. The future, it hasn't happened yet, except as a projection of your imagination. Think about it. When you remember something from years ago, where does it happen? Right here, right now, as a thought. When you worry about tomorrow, where does that anxiety live? Again, right here, right now, as a mental construct. This realization is simple, yet profoundly transformative. Most of us live as if life is something waiting to happen later, or something we've already left behind. We're constantly chasing the next thing or regretting what's already passed. But when you shift your focus entirely to the now, something extraordinary happens. Time no longer feels like a weight pulling you in opposite directions. It dissolves. Here's a challenge for you. As you listen to this, pay attention to how often your mind tries to escape the present moment. Maybe it distracts you with plans, judgments, or random thoughts. Catching your mind in the act is the first step toward freedom. The illusion of time isn't just some abstract concept. It's the very foundation of how we experience reality. Break free from it, and you uncover a deeper layer of presence that changes how you live, think, and connect with the world. The pain body revelation. Have you ever been overwhelmed by a wave of negative emotions, anger, fear, or despair, so intense that it felt like you were no longer in control? This isn't just a fleeting mood or a bad day. According to this teaching, it's something much deeper. The pain body. The pain body is an energetic field made up of old emotional wounds, unresolved traumas, and suppressed experiences. It lives within you, often lying dormant until triggered by certain situations, people, or even thoughts. When activated, it can hijack your emotions, leading to reactions that feel disproportionate to the present moment. For example, imagine someone who lashes out at their partner over a minor disagreement, only to later realize their reaction was fueled by years of unhealed heartbreak or resentment. That's the pain body at work. Here's the good news. Awareness is the key to loosening its grip. The next time you feel a surge of negative emotion, pause and observe it without judgment. Ask yourself, is this reaction tied to what's happening right now, or is it rooted in something older, something unresolved? Simply shining the light of conscious attention on the pain body begins to weaken its power. This isn't just theory, it's transformational. By becoming aware of your pain body, you reclaim your ability to respond to life instead of being controlled by automatic, unconscious reactions. Let me share a practical tip. The next time you notice a negative emotion swelling inside you, whether it's frustration, sadness, or anxiety, silently acknowledge it. Say to yourself, "This is the pain body." That simple act of naming it creates distance between you and the emotion, allowing you to step into the role of the observer rather than the victim. Over time, this practice dismantles the pain body's control over you. But let's go deeper. The pain body doesn't just affect your internal state. It influences your relationships, decisions, and even your physical health. Think about how many arguments escalate because one person's pain body triggers the others, or how chronic stress manifests as tension in the body, headaches, or fatigue. The pain body thrives on repetition. It seeks out situations that validate its existence, creating a cycle of suffering that feels impossible to break. Breaking free requires more than just awareness. It demands compassion. Instead of judging yourself for feeling angry or hurt, meet those emotions with kindness. Imagine comforting a child who's scared or upset. That's how you need to treat your pain. By doing so, you begin to heal the wounds that feed the pain body, gradually reducing its intensity and frequency. Here's another powerful insight. The pain body isn't just personal, it's collective. We carry not only our own unresolved emotions, but also the inherited pain of our families, cultures, and societies. This is why certain triggers feel universal, like the fear of rejection or the shame of failure. Recognizing this broader context helps you approach your healing journey with humility and patience. You're not alone in this struggle, and every step you take toward freedom contributes to the collective awakening. Finally, consider this. The pain body exists because it serves a purpose, to protect you from vulnerability. But here's the paradox. The very mechanism designed to keep you safe ends up keeping you trapped. By learning to face your emotions directly, without resistance or avoidance, you dismantle the walls the pain body has built around your heart. And when those walls come down, you reconnect with your true self, the part of you that's whole, unbroken, and inherently free. The identity trap. Who are you truly? It's a question most of us never pause to ask. Yet it holds the key to unlocking the invisible prison we've been living in. Much of our suffering stems from one fundamental misunderstanding. We confuse our true self with the stories we tell ourselves about who we are. These stories, crafted by past experiences, societal expectations, roles, and labels, create a false identity that keeps us trapped. Think about it. You carry an identity built on layers of conditioning. I'm a parent, I'm a professional, I'm not good enough, I'm someone who always fails. These narratives shape how you see yourself and how you interact with the world. But here's the liberating truth. None of these labels define you. They're just mental constructs, like costumes you've worn for so long that you've forgotten. They're not who you are. So what happens when you strip away all the roles, achievements, memories, and stories? Who remains? This is where the real work begins. To uncover your true self, try this powerful exercise. Sit quietly for a moment and observe your thoughts as if you were watching someone else's mind at work. Notice how one thought leads to another, creating a constant stream of commentary. Now ask yourself, who is observing these thoughts? That silent awareness behind the mental chatter, that's the real you. This is what spiritual teachings call the observer consciousness. It's the part of you that isn't defined by your thoughts, emotions, or experiences. These things come and go, like clouds drifting across the sky, but the observer remains constant. When you step into this state of awareness, something profound shifts. You realize that your thoughts, emotions, and experiences don't define you. They're simply passing phenomena. But why does this matter? Because the ego, the part of you clinging to your identity, feeds on attachment and fear. It convinces you that without your story, you're nothing. But the reality is the opposite. When you let go of the false identities you've built, you uncover a deeper, unshakable sense of being. This is the essence of freedom. Here's a challenge. The next time you find yourself stuck in a label or story, whether it's "I'm not smart enough" or "I'll never succeed," pause and ask yourself, is this thought mine or is it something I'm observing? That simple moment of questioning creates space for transformation. It allows you to step out of the trap of identity and into the boundless awareness of your true self. Let's take this further. The identity trap doesn't just affect your internal state. It influences your relationships, decisions, and even your physical health. For example, someone who identifies as a failure will unconsciously seek out situations that validate that belief, perpetuating a cycle of self-sabotage. Or someone who clings to the role of caregiver might neglect their own needs, leading to burnout and resentment. These patterns aren't random. They're driven by the stories you've accepted as truth. Breaking free requires more than just awareness. It demands courage. Letting go of your identity can feel terrifying because it challenges everything you've believed about yourself. But here's the paradox. Only by releasing the false can you discover the real, your true. Self isn't something you need to create or achieve. It's already there, waiting for you to remember it. Consider this. Every time you identify with a thought or emotion, you're reinforcing the illusion of separation. You're telling yourself, "This is me," when in reality, you're the observer of it all. By stepping back and recognizing this, you dissolve the walls that keep you trapped. You reconnect with the infinite potential of your true nature, where peace, clarity, and creativity naturally arise. The power of space. Your mind is like a cluttered room filled with endless objects, thoughts, emotions, memories, and worries stacked on top of one another. This mental clutter keeps you trapped in a cycle of distraction, stress, and overwhelm. But there's a way to create order and clarity. It begins with understanding the power of space. Imagine walking into a chaotic room. What's the first thing you notice? The mess. But what often goes unnoticed is the space that exists around the mess. The space that allows the room to exist at all. Without this space, the room would feel suffocating. Your mind operates in the same way. Beneath the clutter of constant thinking lies a vast field of conscious awareness, the space that makes your thoughts possible. This inner space isn't just a mental break. It's a gateway to peace, clarity, and creativity. Here's a simple demonstration. Close your eyes for a few moments and shift your focus away from your thoughts. Instead, direct your attention to the silence between them. That's stillness. That's the space. It's always there, but it's often drowned out by the noise of the mind. When you access this space, something remarkable happens. Problems that once felt overwhelming start to dissolve, not because they vanish, but because you approach them from a place of stillness instead of chaos. Relationships improve, decisions become clearer, and you find yourself no longer rushing through life but fully experiencing it. Think about highly successful or deeply calm individuals. They often seem to radiate a sense of ease, as if nothing can shake them. This isn't luck or chance, it's because they've learned to access the space within themselves. By creating room for conscious awareness to guide their actions, instead of reactive thinking, they navigate life with grace and intention. The more you cultivate this awareness, the more your life begins to transform. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start becoming the creator of your reality. Here's a hidden benefit of finding inner space. It enhances your ability to connect with others. When your mind is less cluttered, you're no longer caught up in your narrative, which allows you to truly listen and empathize. This simple shift can strengthen relationships and deepen your sense of connection to the world around you. For example, imagine being fully present during a conversation, listening without judgment, without thinking of what to say next. The connection deepens instantly because you're meeting someone in the now, where all true connection happens. So, how do you begin cultivating this inner space? Start with small, intentional practices. As you go about your day, pick one activity. Whether it's drinking a cup of coffee, walking outside, or even washing dishes, and give it your full attention. Notice the sensations, the movements, the stillness behind the activity. This simple practice grounds you in the present and begins to shift your experience of reality. Over time, these moments of presence accumulate, creating a profound impact on your mental and emotional well-being. Here's the deeper truth. Inner space isn't just a tool for managing stress or improving focus. It's the foundation of freedom. When you access this space, you step out of the invisible prison of the mind. You realize that life doesn't have to be a constant battle against thoughts and emotions. Instead, it can be a dance, a fluid, effortless movement guided by awareness rather than resistance. Here's the truth about quantum manifestation. It's not a one-time event. It's not a sprint to the finish line or a box you check off your spiritual to-do list. Manifestation is a practice. It's a way of being, moment by moment, choice by choice. And this is where most people fall short. Not because they lack potential, but because they stop practicing when the initial excitement fades. Think about it like learning an instrument. You don't pick up a guitar once, strum a few chords, and expect to play a symphony. Mastery comes from consistency, from showing up even on days when you don't feel inspired. The same is true for quantum manifestation. Your ability to sustain coherence, your alignment between thoughts, emotions, and actions, is what determines how quickly and consistently your desired reality collapses into form. So how do you sustain this practice over time? Let me give you 3 simple yet transformative strategies. Morning anchoring. Start your day by tuning your frequency before you check your phone, scroll social media, or dive into emails. Take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself, what timeline am I stepping into today? Are you choosing abundance, trust, and flow, or are you defaulting to scarcity, fear, and control? Set the tone for your day by consciously deciding who you're becoming before the world tells you who you should be. Body as compass. Your body is the ultimate feedback system. When you slip out of alignment, it will let you know through tension, tightness, or fatigue. Instead of ignoring these signals, use them as opportunities to recalibrate. Place a hand on your heart, breathe deeply, and ask, what would the version of me living in my desired timeline choose right now? Then take one small action from that energy. Small shifts compose into big changes. Evening reflection. At the end of each day, pause and reflect, not with judgment, but with curiosity. Ask yourself, where did I wobble? Where did I align? Where did I glimpse my power? Celebrate even the smallest wins. Gratitude amplifies coherence. By acknowledging progress, no matter how subtle, you strengthen your connection to the quantum field. Now here's something most people overlook. Community matters. We are energetic beings constantly co-regulating with those around us. Surround yourself with voices, spaces, and communities that resonate with the frequency you're stepping into. Curate your environment, what you watch, read, listen to, and engage with. Let your external world become an ally to your internal practice. When you immerse yourself in a supportive field, your alignment deepens effortlessly. Finally, remember this: there is no finish line. The goal isn't to arrive and then stop. The goal is to live inside a continuous unfolding, to become the living edge of your evolution. You aren't just manifesting things. You're becoming someone who lives as a creator, a co-creator, a conscious participant in shaping reality. Because here's the most beautiful part. The quantum field isn't separate from you. It's not something you manipulate from a distance. You are the field. You are the wave. You are both the observer and the observed. When you tune your frequency, you're not just asking life to meet you. You're becoming the version of life you've been seeking all along. Before we close, I have one final invitation for you. In the comments below, leave one word that captures the energy you're choosing to carry forward after watching this video. Maybe it's alignment, maybe it's ease, maybe it's power. Whatever it is, let that word be a declaration, a quantum seed you plant not just in this space, but within yourself. If this video stirred something inside you, if you felt a shift, remembering a spark, I warmly invite you to subscribe. This isn't just a channel. It's a living space, a gathering point for those ready to step into their creative power. When you hit subscribe, you're joining a movement of minds and hearts reshaping what's possible. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Thank you for your presence, your attention, and your energy. You are not just a viewer. You are a participant in this unfolding. Keep tuning, keep aligning, keep playing in the field. Because the life you desire isn't waiting for you. It's entangled. With you, right here, right now. All you have to do is become the signal.